Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We're an hour earlier than usual on this fine... What day is this? Wednesday? The 2nd? I thought I was going to be sick today because everybody in this house has been sick for a week and a half with that upper respiratory flu that's not COVID, but seems like it is. the worst COVID? I don't know. And I thought I was getting it yesterday, and I thought, I'm going to have to postpone the stream. But then I woke up and I felt fine. It must have just been allergies or something. So, yes, happy Day of the Dead for everyone who is celebrating it. I actually have a little, I forget what it's called, the little Day of the Dead shrine up for my grandma. Went and got a persimmon the other day for her. And hope your Halloweens were fantastic. It's probably one of the more normal Halloweens that we've had in a couple years, so I hope it was fun for you. So let's get to the goods. We've got a new shirt in a new box, and this box is packed, and the shirt is insane. Let's look at the shirt. Let's look at the shirt in real life. Check this shit out. It's a Delirium shirt by Alex Pardee. Look at that. Are you seeing this? Look at this. This is fucking rad. Yeah, it's super fucking sick. Here, I'll wear it out for you. This is what you'll look like. This is what you'll look like in the shirt. You can like... Alex has done a lot of art for different Kickstarters. He's a phenomenal artist. He did this overlay that I have. Alex did this too. And this month's theme is Delirium, as you can see. So let's dive into the box and see what else is here. So we've got the postcard print, which is signed by Alex in gold. Sweet. I've even got the papers this time, and I'll show you why. I won't read that. I won't spoil the fun. This also has a cameo guest art sticker by Serpello, who also did the Delirium. It's a Delirium Shining-esque coming out of the wall. This is not white, though. This is transparent. So whatever you put it on, it'll look like Delirium's coming out of it with a "here's Johnny" look on his face. There you go. It's nice. And we've also got a mouse pad. Look at this. A sweet Delirium mouse pad for all your mousing needs. I'm gonna use this right now. This is my current mouse pad for those who haven't seen it. Look at how dirty this is. Look at this ass. It's dirty. It's my green butt mouse pad, but new mouse pad now. A nice flat one. Ooh, it glides. It glides. What else? We've got cards. I don't know. For those of you who have not gotten these boxes, they come nicely packed in a very hard top. This is a Delirium themed box. So we've got Delirious bosses. They're all called Delirium. The first one is Duke of Fly's Delirium. Looks like this. Sorry, I don't have the final art for these things, but they're up on the website if you go to unboxingofisaac.com. Come on, you want to just get that thing. Ah, whatever. I'll read it. I'll read it to you. You don't need to. Who cares? It's blurry. All right. Each time you would deal damage to this, each time you would deal damage while you control the soul, if you roll a 1, you prevent that damage. So it's kind of like a bad soul to get. And we got Delirious Monstro. I'm pretty sure they're like easier. They're easier to kill, but they basically curse you. So the Delirious Monstro says, while you control this soul, your death penalty item is chosen at random. That sucks. But it's super fucking easy to get. So you can close the game out with this, or you just take the nerf, and then everybody pities you and they play nice. We've also got an item called Little Delirium, which looks cooler when it's not blurry. And there's a lot of words on it. And it says this: at the start of your turn, look at the top 3 cards of the treasure deck. Reveal one. This becomes a copy of the revealed card till the end of turn. Put the cards on the bottom of the deck in any order. So this card morphs into different items every round, essentially. It just becomes a new one. That's till the end of turn. But it's super, super neat. I wish... Here. You see it? All these, the high-res versions of these are all on the site. You can look at them there. And then finally, we've got the promo, which is, since this is actually a month later, so this would be the December promo. This is the Christmas promo, which is the lump of coal right here. Lump of coal says, after the 3rd attack roll you make each turn, you get +1 damage till the end of turn. So it's a delayed stretched out. You're dealing damages. I'm trying to do the theme of the lump of coal. You gotta go be far away from it. And that's it for the box. But we're doing something special this time. And this is what we're gonna do special. Javon has asked me to sign a bunch of stuff, which I'm doing right now. I'm drawing a little picture on this one. And then this will just go in a random box. And it'll go in like all iterations of it. So the annual box and whatever else, there's a chance for everybody to get some rando stuff. I'm going to sign the lump of coal. I'm going to sign all this stuff. I'm going to just keep signing stuff and putting them in this box and then send them back to Javon, and then he'll be putting them in other boxes and you'll randomly be getting them. I need a cool, I'll draw a picture on the back of this one. Who cares? I'm going to draw a better version of Delirium on the back of this. I'm going to show him up. Alex, you suck. I can do this. I'm an artist. Check it out. Here's my better art. There's Alex's art, but look, better. Which one will you frame? This one. So those are all going to go. We got a bunch of them. A lot. Too many things for me to sign. They're all going to go back in this box, get shipped out, and then divvied up between these Delirium boxes, and maybe you'll be lucky enough to get one. And that's that for this box. But I'm gonna go over I have a few to-dos to remind some people of that Javon told me to check out. So I'm gonna do that now. Let's see. The first talking point here is that all November boxes have shipped. So you guys should be getting last month's box very soon. Some people are already getting it. I saw people posting like 2 days ago that they were already getting it. If you want to get your December box before the holidays, order before the 16th. Monthly subscribers do not need to do anything since they will just be shipped out before everybody else. Annual purchasers, monthly subscribers of one box buyers between November 1st and 30th have a chance to get an autographed additional bonus, which we've gone through. So anybody who gets one during this month, or anybody who subscribes or is subscribing regardless, they will get all that the signed goodies. Annual purchasers till November 30th will be able to opt in to receive a gift acknowledgement card that they can give over the holidays if they wish to offer someone an annual subscription. So what that means is if you buy an annual subscription during the month of November, we will send you a cool little thank you, which I should have saved. It's this cool little printed out unboxing of Isaac annual subscription image that you can give to your loved one for Christmas and say, look, I paid a lot of money for all this and I love you very much. And this is how much I love you. Instead of giving you $350, I bought this subscription box for you. That's how much I care. And a reminder that if you guys send in your unboxing videos, that we are still giving out tons of weird, wild stuff. And we will be awarding this last month's winner soon. I'll do it on Twitter after this is over. And that is it for the t-shirt box portion. Unboxingofisaac.com. That's where you want to go if you don't have this shirt already, if you're not already subscribed and all that other goody stuff. And I will move on to real quick Kickstarter updates. There's a bunch of really in-depth Kickstarter updates coming soon. There's a slight delay since everyone was sick, even including on Javon's end. So bear with us. It details everything out. I just approved the update, and it's quite in-depth and shows exactly all the beats we will hit as far as, when the final... so the last issue that we were doing, I don't know if you guys are following, but we were having issues with the dividers inside the large boxes, the collector's boxes, the big treasure chests. It wasn't holding the cards to our liking. It didn't fit the cards with sleeves to our liking. Things were loose and we had to keep putting in like filler things to hold things together and shipping. We did a bunch of tests over and over again and it just wasn't where we wanted it to be. And Javon came up with an idea of doing actual hard they're not dividers. They're actually like trays that fit inside. There's 4 of them. So you can take them out, and it makes it easier overall to take them in, put them out, divvy them up. It costs us a little bit more, but it'll be better overall, and it makes a more quality box. And once that's done, then we're basically ready to roll. They print everything, they put it on a freight, they freight it over, and we have dates for all those beats that detail everything, so you know exactly when things are going to get to you for the most part. So that's coming. So check that update soon. Okay. What time is it? Good. I did good time. Good timing. So I have something else cool to show you. Some weirdo came by my house the other day and dropped these off. So these are the Switch version of Repentance, Xbox, and PlayStation. Haven't even opened these. I haven't opened this one. Who cares? These are bare bones. These aren't the special edition stuff with all the extras. But I did think that this was super cool. Check this out. Spoiler for those who care about that. So here's the cover, and on the inside, there's a secondary cover, which is like the second frame of the sequence. So there's like mom coming through, and whoosh, she's coming down. I thought that was really neat. It's reversible and all that good stuff, but it's cooler just like this. So I thought that was a nice little addition. And once I get all the other goodies, I will of course show you, but things are looking good as far as making sure so the last thing that Nicholas needed to ship the special edition Repentance stuff was the cards that were destroyed by FedEx. I don't know what happened. I think I mentioned last time in the stream that FedEx either dropped we had like 2 boxes of promo cards that were shipping FedEx, and then when they finally got to the distributor, or whatever you want to call it, the people who would package all this stuff into the boxes, there were only a couple hundred damaged cards, and as opposed to thousands. It's not easy to just have these things printed quickly, especially with the quality that we had and the specifics of the print. So we had to get them reprinted, and it kind of delayed everything a little bit, but the reprints have been reprinted and they're being shipped right now. So once they get there, they'll be packed and those things will be starting to ship. But I will show you probably next month on stream what all that stuff looks like if I get it myself. Is there anything else to show? No. Okay. So now, if you have any questions for any of the stuff that I just talked about, anything Kickstarter related, t-shirt related, Repentance retail related, ask those questions and I'll answer them now. And then we'll just go on to general stuff. I don't have a rough date for when the boxes and Requiem stuff will arrive. Wait till you get the update via email, because I don't want to quote something that I'm not 100% sure on. But those dates will be roughed out. I won't know exactly when you're going to get your stuff, depending on where you are in the world. But the next big update will detail all the beats, like I said, and you'll have a pretty rough idea of when things will be in your area. What type of material is the mouse pad made of? It's the same, mouse pad back and average thickness of a cheaper mouse pad. And the top of it it's hard, but extremely pliable. I don't know how to describe it. It's not like, it's not a soft print. It's a hard top. Like it's not like fabric. It's more like a very thin plastic, if that makes sense. When should we expect the Kickstarter update? I'm not sure. So the way things work behind the scenes is Javon will usually send me updates that I have to kind of go through, and I approve all the updates and give any edits. And I got that update yesterday. So I'm assuming once they have everything completely locked down that they will probably send out the update. What am I going to do with my Greed Butt mouse pad? I like to have it here because people see it and then they question everything when they come in here. Whenever like Peach is doing play dates and the parents come in here, then they see this they have no idea what I'm doing. And then they see this worn ass butt and they think, is that blackface? That's Steven behind me. You should be familiar with this one. Him and his buddy him. Does the final box for the unboxing of Isaac come in April, or is it revealed in April? The 13th box, if that's the one you're referring to, I think it might ship with the 12th box. Don't quote me on that yet, but I think that's what we were talking about. I don't think it's going to be a month later. When does Leviathan edition pre-orders end? Any rough idea when the, I think it's G Fuel box goes live? Okay. The Leviathan edition pre-orders, I'm not sure when they would end. I don't know. My hands aren't in that. You know, I'm basically just approving visuals and extras. I don't really know exactly. But G Fuel box goes live on the 4th. Friday? On Friday. So Friday is going to be a special day. I think you guys will enjoy Friday very much, if all goes well. And if you haven't already so for those of you who don't know, there's a G Fuel Isaac flavor, and it's going to be going on sale on the 4th, and they've already kind of taken pre-orders for it, which are, you know, it's kind of like a watch list pre-order type thing that tells you when it's live. And I'll tell you right now that there are more people on that list than there are copies of it. And there are a lot. So if you want to get this product, you should buy it on the day that it comes out as soon as possible. I think it's like 8 a.m. Because it will sell out. And if it ever does get reprinted, it won't be reprinted with the cards. That's for sure, because they were limited. So get it while you can. People have gone crazy for it. It was a very quick, unquote, sellout type situation within the first couple of days. But I don't think they do pre-orders. They do like watch list stuff. So they notify you when it's live and then you go buy it, but we'll see how it goes. Would you say November for the Kickstarter stuff next month? Would you say November for the Kickstarter stuff next month? I know you don't want to give the date. So those of you who aren't in the loop, you should check your emails for updates, because we put them out every month, or, the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter stuff has been delayed until first quarter of next year. The goal is to have everything shipped and out by before the second quarter. And that'll all be detailed in an email. So yeah, if you're thinking that somehow you're going to get the Kickstarter by the end of the year or by Christmas, that's not going to happen, because we probably won't even be completed on, like, the freighting stuff takes a long time in itself. Like, getting that many copies of product from China is a process. So we're almost there. Did I check out the unboxing videos on social media besides Twitter? Yeah. So everything is sent to me from all places, and linked to me. So like right now I have another page up that you can't see, which has, let's see, it has about 12 different unboxing videos that I will be going through right after the stream ends. And I will be reaching out to, if they're on Twitter, I'll reach out to them directly. And if they're not, I will simply tell Javon and he'll reach out to them on the platform that they put it on. So Facebook or Instagram. Any repentance updates? Yeah, there are some repentance updates. Just be on the lookout. Something will happen at some point before the end of the year. Don't expect anything big, but yeah, Vin is always working, and I know he's got an update with some little bits and pieces, but mostly bug fixes. But there might be enough changes for you to be happy. Where are we? What flavor is the G Fuel? The G Fuel flavor is white grape and pineapple, and it's really good. So the cool thing too is they, when working with them, they sent me packets of all these different flavors and stuff like that, and flavors that they think would be good for tiers and stuff, like a kind of like a salty, cool. It tastes delicious. It really does, and I'm not an energy drink guy at all, but it was really nice, and I was like, yes, the pineapple grape flavor is really good, and I think you'll dig it. It's got enough of a there's like a saltiness to it too, that feels very teary. Don't quote me on the 8 a.m. G Fuel launch. I don't know exactly what time. I can find out later today and tweet about it to make sure you guys know. Repentance physical copies out now? No. So what I showed you is the guts. So for those of you who don't know, there's special edition Repentance stuff on pre-order, and it's basically a souped up. So this is the inside. This is the bare bones. And then there's going to be this sleeve that goes over it that's fucking super, super sweet looking. And a bunch of extras that go inside of it. So this is just from the printers. We have a bunch of these things waiting to be put in the sleeves and put it all together, and all the stuff goes inside. So it's not out yet. This is simply what I have for, approval and everything else, and my own personal stuff. Why am I watching these unboxing videos? I'm watching the unboxing videos because I have to choose a winner. Every month there's a winner, and we send them cool stuff. Exclusive cool stuff for cool kids. Anything else tied to stuff that I talked about previously? And then we can get into them kitty bones. Let's see. Does the cut here tattoo go all the way around my body? It goes, no, it's just like upper body. How much will what cost? I've been talking like about 15 different things. Fuck it. Just ask. Okay. Ask whatever questions. I've got like 15 minutes before I kind of got to get ready to go. So you can ask whatever questions you want. It could be about anything and I will attempt to answer them, for the next 15 minutes while we hang out, since I've cleared everything. And while you talk amongst yourself, I'm going to draw a picture on this thing. What's it going to be? What should I draw on here? What should I draw? Any ideas of what I should draw? Huh? Huh? I'm going to draw a G Fuel can. There's my G Fuel can. This you too could own this if you're lucky. Put that in the box. All right, what are your questions? Who's my favorite queen in RuPaul's Drag Race? I mean, the default is probably Sharon Needles from way back when. I like Jinx. Nothing else really stands out as, ones I'm like super fans of or anything. Oh no, Trixie Mattel. Trixie Mattel wasn't as good on the show as he is in real life. It's quite funny. The Trixie and Katya stuff was very funny. Oh wait, no. What's that other one? There's one that got kicked off the show who was really biting and funny. They got in trouble because I think they had they had a boyfriend come visit them when they weren't supposed to. I can't remember what their name is. I like them too. You can see how much I like them. I don't remember their name. Did I see the Slay the Spire Kickstarter? Not only did I see it, I backed it and I tweeted about it. Did you see it? Did you see me tweet? No. Yes. Yes. How was my Halloween? You know, it could have gone worse. Halloween's complicated when you've got a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old. And Peach is like really bad with anticipation. So if there's something that she's waiting for and there's like a time set for it, she's constantly saying how long now, how long now, how long now. And the longer it gets, the more crazy she gets and the more out of control she gets. And she's just bouncing off the walls. So yeah, it was an interesting Halloween. Was the Isaac G Fuel prompted because of the SMB G Fuel? Yeah, actually it was specifically prompted because, so I don't know anything that they do with any Meat Boy anything. I'm completely out of the loop and I'm not part of it at all. So when the Super Meat Boy G Fuel thing popped up, I was like, what the hell is this? And, cause I want to get some for myself, cause I want to put it in the curio. And I said, I think I tweeted something about it, and then people kept saying Isaac Tears flavor when, and that was enough to get the G Fuel people to be like, yeah, let's make this happen. And I'm like, sure. So we're doing some fun stuff with it. I think you guys will enjoy it. Fun stuff to happen on the 4th. Do I like World of Goo and Little Inferno? I love World of Goo and Little Inferno. Kyle is I'd still say he's a friend of mine, even though I haven't talked to him in like 10 years. He's a really cool dude with some fun ideas, with a unique perspective, and he's very creative. And I love all of the games that he makes. And I think World of Goo is one of the best indie games ever made. Oh yeah, Willem. That's the one. I tend to like the Queens on Drag Race. The ones I like are the really mean ones. They're funny. Are there any posters in the site you can buy? I don't think there's any posters for sale anywhere right now. I've got a bunch of posters in my office that are just sitting and collecting dust. But our personal store, has not been open since Peach was born, basically. It got too overwhelming to run. So they're just going to sit there. Is there going to be a way of getting the kids' 13th box if I couldn't purchase the 350? I don't think so. I would say from scalpers, but I have a feeling it's going to be pretty expensive and probably not worth it. I don't know though. At this point, I think I swallowed a bug. At this point, you either have to have been subscribed from the beginning to get the 13th box, or you have to buy the 350, which is everything. Do I get recognized much? I don't go out much, but when I do, I mean, I live in Santa Cruz, and UCSC is the college here, and UCS has a pretty large and established video game course that I've done talks and whatever at. So I tend to get recognized by UCSC students that are taking that course. And sometimes it's extremely pleasant and people are super, super cool and nice. And then sometimes it's really weird and awkward. And you just have somebody who's like out of the corner of your eye staring and then like nudging somebody or very obviously pointing and they don't come over or anything. And then you question like, is there boogers coming out of my nose, or did I crap my ass and they notice and I don't? What's on the back of Monstro? A butt. A butt is on the back of Monstro. Are you enjoying playing Mugenics in its current state? So those of you who don't know, all of you should know this, that I'm working on a game called Mugenics. Is it the exact same game that was announced 10 years ago? No. Does it have the same name and the same general idea? Yes. But I haven't been working on it for 10 years. We've been working on it for like 2.5 years. We're about 1.5 years away from finishing it. And it is in a state where the foundation of the game is completed, and we're expanding upon this foundation. There are a few elements of the game that are still theoretical that we are prototyping. They're small elements, but they're still core elements. So it's to the point where I can sit down and play for 1.5 hours, do a full session. So like each run goes about 1 hour, 1.5 hours, depending on how quickly you're playing and your skill level, which tends to be longer the better you are. I play it every day, multiple times a day, and it's really fun. And we're at a point now where we're adding content daily. So Tyler just added, 50 items, a handful of abilities and a bunch of events. And like just adding those into the existing game makes it insanely deeper. And you keep replaying it and new stuff keeps happening. And we actually did our first press showing because we wanted to make sure that people understood that the game isn't dead, because that's the biggest misconception. It's the most common thing is when somebody says something about Mugenics, they say, wasn't that canceled? Isn't that a dead vaporware game? And I never canceled it. I publicly said I wanted to put it on hold, but other people said it was canceled and it was done. But I have the rights to my game and I'm going to finish it. So a few years ago, me and Tyler picked it back up and decided we were going to do something amazing with it. And I can firmly say that I think it's by far my best work. It is the most in-depth game that I've ever worked on. It is out of control. It is the hardest part of developing this game will be spoon feeding the players the content and the depth of the content, because it is a game that is designed much like Isaac to be played forever. And I think you will like it a lot. And pretty soon we'll start we'll do like streams and live QAs, and after the new year, I'm going to try to do an update every 2 weeks on the Mugenics blog. It'll become a more in-depth thing, especially once like the t-shirt stuff ends, that'll be like my only focus. My only focus will be getting Mugenics finished and hyping it as much as possible, because it feels like Isaac in the way that when I was working on Isaac, there wasn't anything that was like Isaac. So it was hard to explain and sell the game to people. And it took a while, even for the press and stuff, to catch on to what it was and how it was supposed to be played. It probably like six months before it really caught on and started moving. And it really helped that streamers were kind of showing how to play. So I'm feeling a similar thing with Mugenics, where I feel like the more we talk about it, the more it'll click, because a lot of people see not RTS, but a turn-based strategy game, and they assume a lot, because there's kind of a low bar for turn-based strategy games. And there's a lot going on that you wouldn't assume. So I think it'll be fun to break down every element of the game in a bunch of posts for the next 1.5 years, and eventually start showing the game live so you can see how insane it is instead of just doing little stories. I'm going to skip down to the bottom because I know you've said a lot of crazy things. Any notable cameos in Mugenics? What in the heck is that? I don't know if you can hear that. I believe our contractor is sawing something. Let me just let him know I'm live. How loud is that for you? Can you hear it pretty good? Oh, you can hear it. Let me call him. One sec. It's much louder for me than it is for you, I can guarantee. Can you give me 10 minutes? I'm live. Can you tell? Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. It's not actually him out there, but it's one of his employees, so he's got to tell him to stop. He's trying to get in. Okay. Where was I? I was saying something about cameos. Okay. Cameos were the questions. What, will there be? Of course, there will be. Of course, there will be many different cameos from my other games. But the cooler thing is there will be cameos from real people, because we're going around and gathering, like, as we develop, we're going and getting voice packs from friends and family. And I've been reaching out to, streamers and other people that I like, and, minor internet celebrities, and asking them if they want to be a part of this. And the ones that do are going to be included. So, you may get a cat that sounds a lot like somebody that you watch on stream or whatever. So that's a fun little extra thing that I think is neat. And no doubt we'll have to remove some cat voices by the time this comes out, because someone will be found out as a serial killer or something like that. But it's super fun. Basically, each there's a ton of different male and female sound packs, and the sound packs will cover every emotion of a cat depending on what happens. So if a cat gets hit, it'll have a sad or hit meow, a death meow, a happy meow, a neutral meow, etc. The neutral meows are used to sing. You can sing over just the random meows that they meow. And we pitch them up and down, so there's a randomization factor. So it won't sound exactly like the person in question, or it might sound a lot like them. And then there's different rarities for the different packs. So there's a lot of common cat sounds that just sound mostly like cats. And then you could have a cat with a Texas accent that is, or a Philadelphia accent that is a little more rare than the others. And this will be a trait stuck in the DNA of the cat. So when you breed the cats together, there's a possibility of it randomizing that, but there's also a possibility of it keeping the mom or the dad's DNA vocal track. So you can, if you get something really rare, you can hopefully breed it down the bloodline and keep the accents or cameo type stuff going. If you've got, post-jail Chris Jam. Yeah. Well, there could be enough videos of Chris meowing maybe to cut that together. What was I going to say? If you have suggestions on who, we'll save this for later, but eventually in the future, I'm going to reach out and be like, hey, are there people that you think would really love to be a voice, or you think would be really funny or whatever to have as a cameo voice in Mugenics? And then you can recommend them. Is Guppy in Mugenics? I mean, you have to play to see, but as far as a playable cat, no, that's for sure. The cats are randomly generated. There are some legendary cats, but how is Guppy going to look any different than another tuxedo cat, though, right? Am I a cat? Yeah. I actually do an impersonation of the original Guppy, who had this sound that he would do when he would meow. So if you hear the cat that sounds like that's me doing Guppy. I'll probably do another pack for Brittany. So our newest cat, Her name is Brittany, and she has a really fucked up meow. She can't easily meow, so she goes. She has problems. She's like a Persian. Her face is super smashed up. She's bred. Her nose is almost invisible, and she has problems. So she makes snorting sounds. So if you find a pig cat, that's her. I don't have a hot tub, so I won't be doing a hot tub stream. But if I did, I would. How much are the human characters involved in Mugenics? So the human characters are the NPCs. They will be involved in events. They will be involved in challenges. They will be involved in the story, the core story that moves along. They will be interwoven a good deal because they are like the glue, especially the doctor. The doctor, pushes things along. Mugenics board game in a few years. Well, let's focus on finishing the game first. let's get the game out and make it exist, and then we can venture into other options. Are there still stuff like beauty pageants and cat races? The cat races, so those are still in prototype phase. We may trim the fat in some ways. So originally the game had a lot of mini games that you'd play. And currently we do have the cat races are still in. They've become the mine shaft ride of doom. I don't know if it'll make it into the final game because it is so unlike the rest of the game because it's a reflex driven aspect of the game where it's essentially skate, like you're ducking, jumping, and whatever elsing, risking the life of a cat. As far as pageants goes, I mean, Tink is still there. And he might move more into the evaluation stage where he kind of rates your cats, gives them titles, takes pictures of them, that sort of thing. That aspect of the game is still up in the air. We're focusing on the meat, and then we'll get to the dessert extras later on. Any G Fuel updates for those who missed? Friday is the day that you will buy your G Fuel. Friday is the day for other things too, so keep your eyes and ears open. Watch out. Are there multiple levels, tiers, traits, or is it completely random assortment? Kind of a question about classes versus skill. Can you be more specific on what you're asking? And I will answer it because I'm not positive what you're asking. If I thought of revisiting the Badlands game after Mugenics, no, sorry. I don't have any urge to go back to Badlands stuff. They may find their way into cameos, but the only thing that I think is mildly interesting about any of the Badlands stuff would be the Boonies comic that I was working on way back when, and that would be the only thing that I would like to continue. At what stage development is Mugenics? We're at a stage where we can showcase what a basic run would look like. We have the classes defined. All the core mechanics are outside of the house hub, which we have in pieces. And it's essentially I'm never good with the technical terms, but it's like a proof of, it's not a vertical slice, but it's essentially far enough that we can say this is a very good game. And it is, the more we expand it, the deeper it becomes, and we just fluff from here. So we basically completed zone 1, and we want at least 2 other zones. And then we want some extra outside of the zone type stuff. And then we just keep fluffing and fluffing and fluffing. Like right now, I think we've got each class of the 6 main classes has like 35 like a combination of 35 passives and active abilities, which are they all fit into different archetypes that you draft, kind of like almost like Slay the Spire in cats. And we want to have like 50 50 actives and 25 or 30 passives when we're completed. So there's a lot of that. It's just a lot of like, let's keep fluffing this up, kind of like how Isaac expansions have worked. More items, more this, more this, more this. And there are a lot of items in the game. So we've got about a year and a half, maybe a little bit more if you count the next 2 months. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. Where are we? I'm going to answer 5 more questions and then I'm going to get out of here. I got to leave. I'm actually going a little late here. Will Mugenics get Steam Workshop like Isaac got? I'm sure eventually it will, but it's not something we're going to support right away. Will there be robot-like enemies in Mugenics? Yes. Did I get any of the Warhammer Commander decks? I did, but I got them because I'm stupid, and I just got them for cube cards when I should have just bought them individually, because eventually I did. I just bought them individually, and I bought the foil versions, and it was a lot cheaper than buying all the decks. But I do play Commander, and they're essentially all, still together, so I can play with those decks if I wanted, or I can pilfer them. But yes. Are there any insane rarity factors such as shiny Pokemon? Of course. There's so much stuff. Part of me is like, I don't want to spoil too much because that's what I'm going to be doing with all the updates. But another part of me is just like, well, yes, there's so much in this game. It's out of fucking control. There are hundreds of mutations that will mutate each part of your cat, and then you can breed those mutations in. Most mutations will come with a downside, and there's a lot of birth defects. There's a lot of disorders. There's a lot of mental, physical, and mystical disorders. There's parasites. There are an endless array of variables in this game that will have you playing and hunting for forever. There are legendary, one-of-a-kind items that will not appear in most people's games, but when they do, there will be one of a kind. And if you break or lose that item, it will never appear again and it'll be gone for good. That's the kind of vibe we're going for. 2 more. Is there cat divorce? Yeah, there is cat divorce. Your cats can pair, they can couple. They can fall for one another. They can breed, and then they can become mortal enemies. And if you leave them in a room together, they can kill each other. You got to be careful. You never know. A mystical disorder would be something like a curse, something that goes beyond physical and mental. We're almost out of here. Okay, one more. Will there be an achievement for finding and seeing every item in Mugenics? No, because it's not possible. Because it's not going to happen. Well, we'll talk more as we go. I'm super excited about everything that I talked about, but I got to go and pick up my daughter from school, and then we got to go and eat lunch and stay out of the house. So I will see you guys next month. I hope you enjoy this shirt box, and I hope you get some signed stuff in your box if you're lucky. So valuable, so valuable. I'll talk to you guys next month. See ya.